The future is now, thanks to science, because now you too can have your grass turn into glass. Hey everybody, Gmod here, and mind the stupid intro. I just happened to notice that this little bit tile of glass here has been just kind of sticking out of this building here. It's a little weird, but I don't know. Thought I'd make an intro out of it. Hey guys, Gmod here, and welcome back to some more Pokemon Emerald version. In the last episode, we took on some of the Battle Frontier. While we didn't battle any of the Frontier Brains themselves, we went into the Battle Frontier and did ourselves some battling there, and it was quite fun. And while I didn't show off technically everything, because that required me fighting all the brains and whatnot, I feel like I did a good enough job to where I'm satisfied. However, who knows, maybe in the future, I'll end up finding some of the Frontier Brains and recording it, because as I said last time, I've actually never fought any of them, so it'd be a fun experience to try it out on camera for the first time. That being said, though, we're over here at the Weather Institute, which we haven't been here in a while, and the reason we're over here is because we're going to be taking on something today that is much bigger than the Battle Frontier. Or, well, maybe not, but you'll see what I mean soon. And to be honest with you, I'm honestly not even too sure how today's going to go, because what we're doing here today is actually kind of semi-random what we're going to be doing here, and I'll explain that more in a little bit, but just take my word for it, we're over here at the Weather Institute, of course, as you can see, and we're here to do something. So that probably means you're on the right track here. That being said, what we're doing here today is an Emerald exclusive thing. If you're playing Ruby and Sapphire, you are unfortunately out of luck here, but it'll make sense once you see what's going on. I checked weather patterns all over the Hoenn region. Presently, heavy rainfall has been recorded over Route 129. Could have been somewhere near Route 129. Sounds interesting, alright. Heavy rainfall around Route 129. We should probably check that out. And for those who don't know, if we go ahead and check our Pokénav map over here, which you're going to want to do, we can go ahead and find ourselves Route 129, which 129 should be about over here, I think? Yeah, right over here, near Evergrande City, which is probably the best place to fly from. And the reason why I said that the things we're going to be doing here is semi-random is because depending, every time you talk to him at a different time, you'll actually end up with a different route which he can give you. And depending on the route he gives you is where you go to, activate this event and whatnot. It's actually not set in one place. And in post-editing, I'll be making sure to label all the places you can go for this. That being said, though, Evergrande City is by far the best place for us to go over there. So, with that being said, I'm going to fly over there, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Oh, actually, one thing I should talk about before I cut away here. The Battle Frontier. As you can see over here, we actually have a way to fly over there now instead of having to take the ferry every single time, which is much appreciated. Just fly over here to the red rectangle, or I guess it's a square, not a rectangle, and you will be fine. That being said, though, now I'll see you guys in just a moment. Ah, Evergrande City, it's such a nice tune to hear you. Even though we didn't hear you too long ago, I can always appreciate hearing you once again. Such a lovely tune. That being said, though, what we're going after today, you're going to be wanting to have good tools to be catching Pokemon with, because we're going to try and catch something today, and we're also attempting, okay, not attempting, but we're going to be needing Dive as well. You need Surf and Dive to do what we're doing here today. So that being said, unfortunately, I don't really want to teach Dive to one of my main Pokemon, so I think we're going to drop somebody just to have Whaler come along with us. So, Arnold, I'm sorry, but actually, I need you for Surf. I can just teach Surf to Burfa, it's okay. It works out fine. There you go, alright. Now, over here to HM. So, yeah, as I was saying, we're doing here today, semi-random. There's a bunch of places you can end up showing up at, and I'll be making sure to post a picture of it all in post-editing, so that if you're trying to do this alongside with me, you don't have a good idea of where to look for, because this can be a little bit confusing to find for your first time. And honestly, I very well could get lost here, because I'm pretty sure I know exactly where we have to go for this, but I could be wrong, so let's just hope I'm not wrong, because that would be a little inconvenient, wouldn't it? That being said, though, I need to teach Dive as well, because apparently I thought I taught Dive to this, to Burf over here, but apparently it was my other Whaler I taught it to, so that's a bit of a problem. You in Rollout? Okay, the picture of a giant whale, because for those who don't know, Whalord is absolutely ginormous. The picture of this giant whale just using Rollout sounds destructive. Although at the same time, Whalord's also really light. It's filled with air. It's very light for how big it is. It's a very weird Pokemon. It's actually one of my brother's favorite, though. It's one of my brother's favorite Pokemon, so that's how I know so much Whaler trivia. And I know way too much about Pokemon than I probably should. That being said, though, rambling aside, it's time to make some waves and get going out there. So like I said before, you're going to want to make sure you have stuff to catch Pokemon with, and you're also going to make sure you have some max repels, because you're going to be going a little bit of a distance here to find what we're going for. A lot of mouthfuls aside, let's get going. There we go, get max repel going, and like I said, Evergrande City is probably the closest place to Route 129. You just got to go over here. If you're like me, you already follow the trails, you should have no problem getting there in no time at all. And wait for it, I believe it's down here, right? We just got to go over here. And there you go, and right on cue, heavy rain, and it looks like some thunder. this looks awfully familiar to something that has happened before, doesn't it? Well, if it looks familiar, there's a good reason for that. But that being said, though, we're gonna look for something, and aha, this is where it is. Okay, so this patch right here, depending on the location you're given for where you have to look for this thing, you could be ending up going to a bunch of places here, and this is the one for Route 129, and if there's all the other ones, I'll be making sure to post a screenshot on screen right here. I can post editing, so hopefully I don't mess this up. So it turns out that when I was doing my editing and research for this video here to make sure that you can find all the locations entering to this cave that we're about to go into, it turns out that it's actually kind of not really well documented on a lot of places. I looked at YouTube videos, I looked at Bulbapedia to make sure I got my notes right, and unfortunately, I just couldn't really find anything. So I want to give a big thank you to my friend, Good Guy Johnny, because if it weren't for him, he would not have snatched me out of my dumbness, and maybe look at Cerebi, which is where I got my resources for this video. So yeah, thank you Cerebi, thank you Good Guy Johnny. If you look at the locations on the screen, you'll see here, you'll be able to find all the patches that you need to go to if you want to get down to this place that we're going to be going ourselves. Because once again, it is kind of semi-random which one you'll be having to go find. That being said, back to the video. But yeah, a bunch of places you can find this. That being said though, let's go down, shall we? Ah, the beautiful underwater tunes. You can never get too tired of them. I already said it before, but I'm going to say it again. I do not mind Hoenn region being the water region, basically because they handle the water really well. You surf really fast, the music underwater is fantastic. And overall, it's just not really a chore to go and explore the water. And a lot of games, the reason why water is a pain in the butt is because they always end up being a chore. But in this game, I feel like it's not really a chore. So yeah, I like water. There you go. That being said, now we've made over here to the Marine Cave, which you can only find by talking to that professor over there at the Weather Institute before you come over here. If you try to do this beforehand, you will not be able to find this, and the weather will not change. The weather is how you know you're on the right place. That being said, though, this is starting to look awfully familiar, isn't it? Before you head on over here, and all the way down here, I highly recommend you have a repel active, yes, but more importantly, I highly recommend you save your game. Because something over there looks a little too familiar. So that being said, I'm gonna save my game. Whenever your game's saved, when everything's ready, set to go, step forward and face thy destiny. And by that, I mean, let's put Piaggio in the front, and let's do this. Meet the legendary Pokemon Kyogre. Kyogre here, or Kyogre, or whatever you want to pronounce that. Seriously, this is one of those Pokemon where I feel like some people pronounce it wrong just to piss me off. That being said, Kyogre, or why am I saying Kyogre? I meant this. Now I'm falling into the habit. Kyogre is level 70, pure water type with the moves Sheer Cold, Water Spout, Double Edge, and Rest. This thing is powerful and it has a unique ability in Drizzle, which will make it so that rain will start the moment the battle starts, and Kyogre here will keep its rain going for the entirety of the battle. And for those who need a refresher, rain will make it so that you have a bonus to your water type attacks doing 1.5 times more damage. Fire type moves will do less damage, and in fact it's the same ratio, so it's 1.5 times less damage for fire attacks. And if you have to move Thunder, it will make it so that's 100% accurate, which Kyogre can actually learn Thunder, which is actually a pretty neat combo of it. So yeah, this thing being here, as you can tell, legendary Pokemon, this thing's an absolute beast, got some legendary stats all around the crowd board. It's a legendary for a reason after all, of course I have legendary stats. And it is the rival of Groudon, which we've very much seen before in Conflict. And oh god, this is gonna hurt. Now the good news about catching Kyogre here is that Double Edge will actually greatly hurt itself with recall damage, as you can see as well here. And Water Spout, while it hits like an absolute truck if you get hit by it, the good news about Water Spout is that it also only has 5 PP. So if you can last out those 5 PP, this thing's main powerful move being, you know, Water Spout, its signature move. I've already talked about it before, but that move is the main thing that makes Kyogre scary. If you can outlast that 5 PP, you'll be in a much better state to try and catch this thing. And I'm gonna try and Whirlpool this thing for some gradual damage. And are you kidding me? You hit a Sheer Cold in the first shot? Oh god. Okay, Sheer Cold here. I don't think we've seen this before, but Sheer Cold here is an instant kill move that if it lands, it will just instantly kill you no matter what. However, there are some rules to it. First of all, it has 30 accuracy, so it's not very accurate to begin with. And second of all, is that as the opponent Pokemon is higher level than you, you cannot land Sheer Cold or any one of KO moves for that matter of fact. And unfortunately, this thing is level 70. I'm level like 45 to closer to 50, so yeah, it can definitely work on me. That being said though, I think I'm going to try and put this thing to sleep with a yawn. And you hit 2 Sheer Colds, are you kidding? Kyogre, please, have mercy, okay? I'm just a boy. Have mercy on my poor team. Holy cow, it's a 2 in a row. That's a 30% chance. You should go win the freaking lottery, Kyogre. You can fly on over there. You've flown before. Okay, geez. Please stop hitting those. I would like to live at least a little bit. Okay, so now let's see. I'm definitely gonna revive some of my Pokemon here. We've been taking kind of a beating here because, again, sheer cold out of nowhere. Now, the ideal tricks to beating this thing, first of all, this is actually kind of helpful here, is that just like Rayquaza, it can use Rest a lot, which will put itself to sleep, and while it's sleeping, it is a very good chance to heal up your Pokemon if they've taken some damage, and also to lower its own HP and just try to catch it in general, because it puts itself to sleep, and as we all know, sleeping Pokemon are easier to catch. In fact, now that I think about it, how can a Pokemon even break out when it's sleeping? You're asleep. That doesn't even make any sense at all. Alright, let me see here. What are some good Pokeballs to catch a Kyogre? Of course, Net Balls are pretty good, Ultra Balls are pretty handy, and Timer Balls, which are a rare Pokeball, but if you can find Timer Balls, I'm pretty sure they're sold at this point in the game. I'll make sure if there are sold at this point in the game, I'll make sure to put them on screen. But Timer Balls are also really good because a Timer Ball will get stronger after 30 turns. Like, it'll become a very, very strong Pokeball the longer the battle goes on, and especially after 30 turns, it'll go really great. And against these legendary Pokemon, it's not too often that you'll not go over 30 turns because, again, legendary Pokemon, they're pretty hard to catch. I've been getting kind of lucky throughout this project, but overall, they're very, very hard to catch Pokemon. Yeah, Net Balls, Ultra Balls, and Timer Balls are probably your best bets over here. And if you still have your Master Ball, like I said before, I do not recommend using on these Pokemon because you can always save your game and reset if you're not having any luck with it. Because, you know, it's not Latios. Latios will keep flying away from you, or Latias, whichever one you caught. Which those are a big pain in the butt, so... Oh! Oh! Are you serious? I caught that so fast. I had so much more to say. I was gonna make fun. I was gonna make some stupid jokes. I had so much more to say about it. Are you kidding me? What? I caught it at full HP. I mean, granted, it was sleeping with a good Pokeball for it, but I caught it at full HP. In like 3 Pokeballs. Wow. Okay, I was gonna ask if you guys like Groudon or Kyogre more, and personally, I was actually gonna say Groudon, but you know what? After that, Kyogre, I already thought you were pretty cool, but you know what? You might actually have to be my favorite now. You weren't a pain in the butt like Rayquaza was. Okay, well, we caught a Kyogre. I just caught a legendary Pokemon, King of the Sea, a tiny baseball. I'll take it. Okay. Wow. I had plans for this episode to go on for like 20 minutes probably, but alright, I'll take it. Number 382, Kyogre, the Sea Basin Pokemon. Kyogre has appeared in mythology as the Crater of the Sea. After long years of feuding with Groudon, it took a sleep at the bottom of the sea. And apparently we caught it. So yeah, we now own the freaking Guardian of the Sea. We did what Team Magma could not, or Team Aqua for that matter as well. We caught one of the legendary Pokemon. I still can't believe it. It didn't even use one water spout that entire encounter. It didn't even use the move that actually makes it terrifying, but it used 2 sheer cold to land at both of them. Holy crap. I mean, we did it, and you know what? You were pretty friendly, Kyogre. You know, you weren't a pain in the butt, so I'm not gonna call you Butthead. I'm gonna give you a respectful nickname. What should I call you? Let me think here for a moment here. So I gave it some thought, and I think I'll keep it nice and simple. I'm gonna be naming it after one of my favorite characters in the Sun and Moon anime. I'm gonna call you Lana, and no, it's not because in one of the episodes she actually managed to find a Kyogre, so spoiler alert, but that was a cool episode. But yeah, I'm gonna call you Lana. Although you don't really have a gender, so it's kind of hard to say if that actually fits you or not. But yeah, just like that, we did what Team Aqua and Team Magma could not. We caught ourselves a Kyogre in like 5 minutes. Wow, I had so much to talk about too. I was gonna talk about like freaking Primal Evolution. I was gonna talk about the fact I was gonna talk about some lore about the rivalry between Kyogre and Groudon. I was gonna talk about how I think it's so freaking cool. How this gigantic, like how terrifying this thing would actually be to face in real combat because it's a giant whale, and if you were ever in the same ocean as this thing, you were screwed. This thing is massive. But yeah, we caught it. Well then, in that case, I guess I'll take this underwater music as my victory, and I'll see you guys at the Pokemon Center so we can take a look at it in greater depth. Jeez, that was fast. Let me just dive over my dead whale. That sounds like a good plan. Could I just like ride in its corpse or something? And that sounds really dark. I'm not gonna say that again. The massive downpour appears to have stopped. And just like that, I mean, it's still raining, but it's probably not as bad anymore. And hey, I just caught myself a legendary Pokemon. Don't interrupt me, okay, Tentacool? You're pretty cool and all, but you're not cool enough to interrupt me right now, okay? I just caught a legendary Pokemon in like 5 seconds. Aw, the rain went away. I actually really liked the rain. I thought the rain looked pretty cool. Oh well. And I didn't mean to fly the Pokemon. Actually, you know what? We'll do it in the Pokemon League. It works out. We still got a Pokemon Center over here. It's fine. Alright, let's take a look at our new shiny Kyogre, shall we? I still can't believe I caught it that fast. Because I actually had a funny story I was going to talk about, and the fact that I actually, like, recently replayed Heart Gold. And in the post-game of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, you can actually catch one of the legendary, Hoenn Pokemon, like one of the Weather Trio. And I actually managed to catch Kyogre in my Heart Gold game because Heart Gold has Kyogre and not Groudon. And I actually managed to catch it one time, but unfortunately my game actually froze at the very last second because I had a really weird copy of it. So it actually froze, and then the next time I tried to catch Kyogre after it froze, it took like an hour. So, yeah, I'm happy it didn't happen again in this game. That being said, though, Kyogre, you know what? You can go right next to your buddy over here. I just realized, I meant to put Kyogre next to freaking Rayquaza, but I thought Tropius was Rayquaza. No offense, Tropius, but you freaking wish you were Rayquaza. She got the amount of love Rayquaza did. Anyways, though, rambling aside, Lana the Kyogre, how are you doing? Let's check it out. So as you can see here, Kyogre here, legendary Pokemon's gonna have some amazing stats. It has the Drizzle ability, which summons rain once it's in battle, which at this point in the series, Drizzle is completely unique. However, in the future games, some other Pokemon end up getting Drizzle, but for the time being, it's only Kyogre's thing, and boy does it do it well. As you can see, it's got some amazing stats here, so look at that special attack stat. That thing's a nuclear bomb waiting to go off. And finally, its moves, and oh, it didn't have Water Sport. I could have sworn it did? Huh. Maybe it's like so high level that I actually forgot Water Sport. That's kind of funny to think about, actually. Imagine being so powerful, you just forget your signature move. Anyway, so apparently it has Hydro Pump and not Water Spout, which is still deadly, of course. Hydro Pump in the rain is still going to hit you like an absolute truck, so it's still very scary. It's got Rest, Cure Cold, and Double Edge. So yeah, that was Kyogre. We managed to catch it really quickly. I'm still kind of in shock about that, but oh well. So yeah, that being said though, we caught ourselves a legendary Pokemon today, so that was pretty good. And while this episode was definitely on the shorter side, you gotta understand, I was not expecting to catch Kyogre in 5 seconds. Part of the joy of doing these Pokemon Let's Plays is that you have no idea how long certain things can take. Some Pokemon can get caught in 5 seconds, some of them can get caught in like 2 hours. Cough, cough, Rayquaza, you jerk. But yeah, that being said though, we caught a Kyogre, and we're not actually quite done with this little chain, I guess you could say, yet, because as you can imagine, since we caught Kyogre, there's one particular Pokemon we haven't caught. And I think that next time on Pokemon Emerald, we'll be setting out once again to go see if we can go ahead and find this other Pokemon. And who knows, maybe that Wedge Institute guy will have ourselves a little bit of a clue of what's going on here. So that being said, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I wish I could have said more about Kyogre, but yeah, the game just said no. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And next time on Pokemon Emerald, we'll be going after the other legendary Pokemon. See you guys then. So, a bit of a funny story actually. Before I actually go, talking's hard.